Furnace alert. Well, I bought this seat about a year ago, and it's been in the shed. And you know how in the shed you don't have room, so things don't necessarily stay in the best condition, especially made out of plastic like this. So I'm going to move this into the garage where it's a little warmer. In the winter I heat the garage to just above freezing unless I'm in here, and then I crank it up like it is right now. So this will probably come out. It's just, it was sitting on it. It was sitting like that. And I'm just wiping off all the marks. It'll bounce back. But this, I thought I would be putting this on a 318 by now. John Deere 318, but I have not done so. So I'm going to I brought this in here, and I'm going to stick it right up there somewhere, safe. So anyway, and then we'll get on to our next project. Okay, this reminded me of that, which is now up there, my John Deere seat. So that's what brought that on. So my neighbor 2 doors down brought this tiller to me 3 years ago, and it needed some carb work. He does use regular fuel, not premium fuel, but he's old school, great guy. And now it won't start. So before we stick it up on the lift, I'm going to just see if it has a spark. So just hang on. Now this is the cheap and dirty method. Pardon me. You gotta have something to look at, right? Might as well look at the tiller. This is the cheap and dirty method of checking for a spark. It's not a guarantee, but it gives you an idea. I can tell when this is a bit dull. If there's a weak coil, I can tell by just about now by looking. I've been doing it for so many years. So, spark check. John Deere rototiller. I'm not going to yank my brains out. Well, that'd be easy to do, wouldn't it? So you guys are looking at that right there. So am I. Okay, I'm just going to, where's the rope? Right here. Okay, it's got a good spark as far as I can tell. But it has to be washed. I think I put that rope on there a couple of years ago. So we got a good spark. So the next thing is to see if it fires by pouring a little bit of go juice down the carburetor. Oh, I don't like the way that's going on there. Or not. Whoop. You guys okay? I gotta fix that. So how old is this machine? 43 years old? It's just a kid. In fact, it's just a few years older than my own kid. Okay. So let's back you up. Change the angle of the dangle. And I'm just going to take that air filter off of there, and we're going to squirt some gas in it. So, it's been 3 years since it came in, and I think it was a carburetor issue back then too. Well, I had lots of problems. I remember changing the gas line. Now we've got the spark plug reconnected. We're going to squirt some fuel in there. And I don't know if we should just tilt it a second to draw some of that fuel into the carburetor? No. Yeah. You understand? So now we're going to see if it just goes bang, bang, bang. Alright. So our problem is the rewind is catching and the carburetor needs cleaning. But he is actually out of fuel right now because it's been dripping just a little bit right there. And he didn't notice that until we brought it into the garage because he's got it sitting in his shed. So what am I going to do? Am I going to put that carburetor through the ultrasonic cleaner? I think I'm gonna. So when you're not looking, I'm gonna go in and cook up some hot juice, and then we'll come back and start working on this. Okay, you missed the lift. I know I'm not gonna do it again. Lights. You gotta turn it around. So right now the juice is warming up in the house. Yes, I should get a hot plate, Joe. I want to get this carburetor out of here. We have tools. Okay, so right now, this is what I'm doing. Carburetor. Bolts to the frame, but I don't know. If I remember correctly, there was a sequence that we can follow. This is older stuff. And this gas line is going to come off first, and then we're going to drain the tank. What's left? I don't think there's much left in there. But Lordy, I am ready. Good. Now, I think it's going to start leaking as soon as I tilt it. And right now it's just out of gas. Now that should start pouring out of there. Not much. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disconnect that tank and we're going to rinse that tank. Same thing over here. Gas line clamp and a hose. I guess I should take the... Yeah, oh, there it comes. Not much though. Oh, it's coming out of the... Oh, that's interesting. Just let that drain. What's happening? Here's what's going on. I just took the gas line off the tank and we're going to let the tank drain. And then we'll swish her out. So we'll just wait for that. Now I'm just removing the gas tank. Train! You guys must be getting used to me by now. So it was really essentially out of fuel. Because the tank, when the rototiller is sitting idle, the tank is tilted back like that, and there's nothing that leaks out. But when we go that way, we got leakage. So now I'm just going to get tightwadish, and I'll show you what I want to. tightwad-ish. Is that a word or what? Well, it looks like he's using stabilizer in that fuel. Okay, now I can pour that fuel back into that tank because I know it's clear. And we'll put the lid on her. And we'll just give her a shake. Where's the... There we go. Now we'll see how much crap comes out of there. You guys might remember that this gas tank was full of nails. Well, I guess we can drain it this way too, eh? There's a little dirt. So once I get this tank clean, we'll start taking that carburetor off. All right, pardon me. All right, the tank is whistle clean. Now I'm going to get this carburetor off of here. I have a thought. These are the old style carburetors with the adjustable power screw, and I just wonder, on rototillers they really bounce and they're much more susceptible to vibration. I just wonder if the brass float in this carburetor has worn a hole and it has sunk down and it's just draining the fuel out. We'll see, because this gent looks after his stuff pretty good. So let's start getting that carburetor off there. My juice is still cooking, by the way. Can you see okay? Carburetor air filter holder thingy. That's what it says in the manual. The air filter thingy. And then there isn't much holding that screw on. So this is the throttle screw. So I am really happy that it's not a spark issue, because on these old Tecumsehs and on the old Briggses, the spark points and coil are underneath the flywheel, if you can imagine that, eh? That throttle lever is quite worn. Okay, so now, yes, I can maybe do it with Phillips. That would be nice. We need big Phillips. Okay, now we can pull this out as we go, because the screws are stuck behind. How do I say this? The screws are stuck behind the initial flange, but I'd rather take these out. Maybe. Good. Now, okay, this is hanging here. We just have to undo the throttle Z bend, but this is more like a U bend on here. Maybe we'll just take it off the governor. Inside hole on the governor. Remember that. Right there, guys. Inside hole on the governor. Is that a Z bend? Yes, it is. It's just a tricky little guy. There we go. Just as soon as you start getting crazy, it comes. Okay, we're going to use this tray. Oh, we're good. Thought I felt something break there for a minute. There we go. Sorry about that. That's a tricky little bend in that. And it comes in from underneath, remember that. It comes in from there. Comes in from underneath. All right. Intake manifold looks fine. So now, let's go. I gotta go into the house and just check my carburetor juice. Okay, so I heated the juice in the house to 66 degrees, brought it out here, and it dropped to 54 just by absorbing the heat before I turned the ultrasonic cleaner on. So now it's got 6 more degrees to go. So while that's cooking away, we're going to be cooking away on this carburetor. 7/16. I think that there's a hole in the brass jet. We'll see. No, did I say brass jet? I think there's a hole in the brass float. There's a little bit of garbage in there. Not bad. So now, let's just get that. We might put new rings and O-rings and everything in this guy. I was probably a tightwad the last time I did this. No, it's good. Huh. I'm just going to remount this. Get my little 1/4-inch pipe and blow in here and see if we have any leakage. I'm going to turn the heat down. Once it gets hot in here, it feels hot. I took my vest off already. Okay. No, that's okay. Unless there's a hole in the bowl. No. Well, let's continue dismantling said carburetor. It's an older one, eh? Okay, all of this little jet, strangely mounted, 1.5 turns. And everything's in good condition. There should be one more. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay, dokie. I wonder if that bowl is leaking. Man, that would be something, eh? Okay, so how about this guy? Maybe it's plugged. I can't check on how far in the screw is on this one. But it might be leaking from here too. All right, we'll put that in there. Now we can see if it's plugged. Might be. Carburetor's right. I have about 5 different types of carburetor spray because my neighbor's moving and he gave me a whole bunch. No, that's good. That looks actually quite good. Okay. Nope. All right. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Okay, that one's garbage. This one's just about done too. That one's empty too. But this one's not, it's brand new. I like the clean flow so far. And no, they don't give me product. Well, this is good. That's really good. Yes, I'll wash my hands. Alright, is there anything else we gotta take apart on this bad boy? I tell you, that throttle assembly is really loose, but it does run. That's probably where I had trouble setting it before. I wonder if I've got another one of those. I doubt it. Not with that weird shape on there. Okay. Now the bowl. That is the key. Boy, this is good stuff. Gum out. Okay. That's an international product. Okay, we're up to 59 degrees. I think that's good now. This carb seal bowl looks okay. I'm going to throw it in some gas. Good. Okay, let's cook this guy. Boy, they're sure simple guys in those days, eh? I probably don't need to do this even because it's such a simple carburetor, but I'm gonna. Good, everything is submerged. Let's just cook this baby for a half, take it off heat, and go clean, start. 30 minutes. That'll give me a chance to do some more little work on this guy. So thanks, we'll be back in 30 minutes. You won't even know it. 24 minutes left on the ultrasonic cleaner, excuse me. And I just got some solvent here, it's used. And I'm just gonna pour that solvent into this rewind here. And maybe we can get some more action, because it really isn't happy. There we go. That's pretty amazing, eh? I'm just going to reuse it again. This stuff really, if you leave it alone, it actually settles out almost all by itself, back to clear. Except, of course, it gradually gets discolored by the oily product. There, it's even got more tension on the spring. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's just get it clean. It's really, the one thing I don't like about it though is it's quite smelly. And it kind of does get into everything. Right now my oil is mostly transmission fluid. I do a mix, eh? Oh, I see. You know, it's almost like the rope was too big, eh? Good. I'm going to just let that oil drain out of there now. Okay, I'm going to clean this up. Like I say, I don't like the smell of it. Just for interest's sake, look at how much crap I got out of that solvent. Just from the rewind. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to put this rewind back on and see how much luck we have. It's over here now. So even back in the day, Tecumseh had a better rewind setup than Briggs. Not everything they did was better than Briggs, right? But they had a better rope rewind. Removable without taking off the shroud. I know you guys, some of you out there just hate Tecumseh, and others, if you're exposed to them, you can actually kind of see some of the things they did were pretty cool. So you guys remember at the beginning of this video I had a hard time pulling this rope. Now I'm going to cheat when I tighten these up, because everything's made out of metal. Yes? Thank you. Now we're going to just see, there's no carburetor on there, if we have a better time pulling this now. Oh yeah. Oh, it still wants to catch. You know what it is the rope is a bit too thick. Alright, wonder how much oil we have. This guy's an ex-mechanic, so I'm sure the oil is fine. Good, it's full. I don't even know if it needs to be, if oil needs to be changed. I don't know. So now we're going to wait for the cleaner. Okay, my friends, we're just going to remove the said items from the ultrasonic cleaner. Just making sure there's no soap left in anything. Come on, baby. The lever. Why won't it? Oh my goodness. The lever's stuck on the bottom. There we go. Just blow this off. Hey, did he blow you off? Yeah. Never saw him again. Okay, a little bit of water first, and then some methyl hydrate. La la la. Just because I am who I am. And I am going to replace the seat in this one. So you can see the soap that was left in there. Oh, sorry. So there's the soap and the sponge that was left in there. I'm just going to pour that on the garage floor. That's not going to hurt anybody. Wipe this out and then just pour a little bit of methyl hydrate onto this. Just because I am me. And I can. and a tiny bit of air. It's one jet and the power jet. And you know what? Even the little O-rings look good. I don't know, man. Okay, where's our Tecumseh tool? Should be in here. I haven't used it in a long time. Right here. Okay, we're going to reach down in there and just pull out this jet and see how... I might have replaced it 3 years ago, eh? There it is. Oh, that's good. I'm going to reuse it. As long as I didn't mark it. Oops. As long as I didn't mark it taking it out. But it's really soft and pliable. I never told you guys, this gentleman that owns this John Deere tiller was a mechanic at John Deere. And his son's name was John. So we called his son John Deere. We've been neighbors for 30 years, eh? Okay. Now, let's just get rid of this methyl hydrate. Pour it through a funnel back into through a rag. And I can still tell that there's some viability left in this methyl hydrate because it's cold when it evaporates on your hands. Okay. Back to the task at hand. We're going to put this needle on the seat, on the float. Now there's a little wire thing. I always point that towards the choke, and I just learned that from Donny Boy 73 many years ago. Pin. I don't know why it was leaking. I think it just had a chunk of dirt in the needle and seat. Okay, tube, blow. You guys have seen this before. No, it's the furnace. I got a pretty good set of lungs yet, so I can blow hard on that. Good. I think we're going to use the existing O-ring. These old ones are harder to find. Good. And then the bowl. I just have questions about the bowl. So I don't know why it was leaking. I think just a chunk of dirt. Okay. First of all, the crease in the bowl goes to where the hinge is on the float. Down here. Not that far down. So the float has a hinge, the bowl has a notch, and that notch and the hinge go on the same side of the carburetor. That's Tecumseh 101, baby. And tighten this up. And then we'll just take it down to 1.5 turns out. This is any old power carburetor 101. Okay, so half, 1.5, that'll get it running. And then, yeah, this jet looks good too, so we'll just stick him in the side there. And he was 1.5 turns out. Mechanics 101, right? There, now it's going. Took a while to get the thread. Oh, that's fine. There. Half, 1.5. And then because we never broke the seal on this part of the intake manifold, we'll just screw these guys in. First with a smaller screwdriver, then with a bigger screwdriver. But we need the throttle lever. And that was some kind of a super secret spy thing, I think. Like that. I guess it's bent right there so that there's clearance on the little throttle arm. That throttle arm does have some slack in it. Boy, I am very tempted to just take this off again because now I'm getting good at it. I'm really tempted to put one more tension on that spring. Oh. Well, the whole thing's out of whack. Yeah. Well, I don't think I have anything like that in my hoard. Let me be right back. Oh, my friends, on this one's from a 5 horsepower Tecumseh, and this is from a 6 horsepower Tecumseh. But I think the throttle shaft is identical. I'm going to try and take out this throttle shaft. Wish me luck. I'm going in. Cover me. Oh, something went snap. I hope it was a good snap. Yep. Okay. So we dump that out with the throttle plate. That should just pull out now. You with me? Now this whole thing should just lift out. We just got to check where the spring is latched. Good. Now the problem is that this is worn. You can see it too. Let me just get this spring out of here. Patience, my friends. Okay, look at this throttle shaft. Number one, the top is broken. And number two, you can see right there, there's a major wear, and the air gets sucked in there through the top hole. So now I'm going to try and take this throttle plate out and use the old butterfly, because it's a different horsepower. Of course it's tight. When it does that, you never know. Good. Dump that plate out. Good. Hopefully, this, oh yeah, it's going to work good. This throttle plate, throttle shaft will work in this carburetor. Hopefully it's the same size. Where did we put that carburetor lever? It's out of this, or no, it's out of this one. Where is the old one? There it is. Yes, it's going to fit, and it's going to fit well. It might not use the same screw, but hey, I don't know if that's the place for it or not. I think it actually came up through that hole. Talking to myself now. Caution! Old man talking to himself. There we go. Now, we have to put some pressure on that spring. One wind. Getting confused. Lovely. Now let's just check the screws out. I think this one's slightly fatter, but they are the same. Isn't that interesting? The throttle shaft, the throttle pieces are exactly the same size. Good. Okay, so that goes down in there like that. Now we got to get that little tiny screw down in there. Do we do a Loctite on him? Yes. I've seen these blow motors. I'll be right back. Okay, back to work. I got a little tiny bit of Loctite on that screw, mostly on my fingers. And I'm going to try and get it started on the screwdriver. I'm using the screw from the newer carburetor because it has a slightly wider diameter. It's a different thread count and thickness. Beauty. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, wipe hands. Assemble old one later. I think it's going to run like a champ. So look at the wear on the shaft. If you guys can see it, right there. Right there, the actual shaft has a different diameter because it's been sitting there and surging for years. Boom, 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 right? And this one's as tight as can be. It should just run like a champ. Okay, enough of that champness. We got to get this throttle cable in, and it goes like this, up like that, and over, and see, once you do it 34 times, it's a piece of cake. So let's mount this guy. Exactly the same way it came off. And yes, my friends, this is a left-handed crescent wrench. I've had guys balk me and say, no way. But, okay, we'll open them up. Now, in my left hand, I'm going to push. Okay, we're going to close it by pulling down, and if I pull down on this one, it opens, see? So if we push, one opens and one closes the other way. Push, push, push. That's a left-handed crescent wrench. Made in Norway. Not possible, some people say. But I like to use it on this big screwdriver when I'm tightening up Phillips screws that are hard to get at. Sorry I'm in your way. One. Somebody could do some research out there as to when they made the first crescent wrench. Or if you're in mix area, it would be an adjustable spanner. Okay, gas. Now I got a problem with the gas line on the other side because it's wacky, so I'm just going to have to work on that and I'll be right back. Alright, the carburetor's on. I tightened these these are the two screws I used to take the carburetor off. Not these ones, but these ones. You got to do one a little bit, then the other one a little bit, then one a little bit, then the other one a little bit. The line is still in good condition coming through the gas line is in good condition coming through the shroud. And then I put in a shutoff because the line was so kinked it was almost closing off the fuel. So that's no fuel and fuel. So let's just turn the gas on and put some gas in it. And we'll see how we make out. We'll just lower it down a little bit so I can reach it. The gas tank is clean. I'll give him a good glurp. He's a neighbor. Now we gotta watch for leaks, eh? Because that's what was happening before. Well, we gotta watch for leaks down over here, and we have to watch for leaks on the carburetor. Now I might have too much tension on the throttle spring. We'll see. So let's just choke it up and see if we have anything at all. Now these are dangerous, these old rotor tillers, eh? Because if they're accidentally in gear, I know how to check. Oh, I see. This will reverse. And then go. Good. Okay, so first I'm going to just pull it to make sure we're not in gear. It's feeling good. It should start. Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Might not be tuned, right? Okay, that's a good initial fire. Oh, you guys missed that. So anyway, it runs pretty good. Now it should start with just 3/4 throttle and no choke. Needs a little choke. It's close. All right. let's just do one little run here. I think I got it. 3/4 choke. That's pretty cool, eh? She's old. "44 years old." So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. The new input shaft made all the difference on the throttle shaft, eh? Thanks.